limited on the amount of opportunities we're given in a lifetime. Studies have shown that students with disabilities have less success post-high school compared to their peers who are not suffering from a disability. I personally feel as if all people, regardless of their physical and mental disabilities, should not be deprived of achieving the same American dream as everyone else. Transitioning from high school into employment or any form of higher education can be a challenge for anyone. But imagine what it must be like for someone living with a physical or mental disability that can constrain them from achieving their goals. And that is why it's extremely important to help those who need it the most at achieving a successful transition. Transition services are essential for ensuring that students with disabilities have successful and fulfilling lives in the future and are not stuck in a constricted life with little to no freedom or mobility. Transition services are created to improve the functional and academic achievement of a disabled student, as well as improve the process of post-school activities such as adult education, adult services, and independent living. It is extremely important for school professionals, parents, as well as students to work together and help determine each individual child's personal goals and interests and construct a successful plan for a student to reach his or her personal goals. A student's transition plan needs to be based upon a child's personal interests, preferences, and strengths. I believe it is extremely important for a student to be given the same chance and freedom to have and achieve a successful life and a life that they hope to have for themselves, taking into account their personal disability. The main reason I am giving this important speech is because I have an older brother who has a mental disability, and I feel he was not given the tools to obtain a successful and fulfilling life after high school. My brother loved high school, and he loved his teachers, and he loved his classmates. But after high school, he was placed into a program that allowed him to work with others like himself at local establishments like Walmart and the YMCA. It provided him with work experience as well as giving him more communication skills, but while providing transportation from home to work every day. One problem I found with this particular program is that, at least for my brother, he was not particularly fond of every single job that he had to go and work at. Some of the employees who are working at the establishments are not exactly patient with the students, and they had never worked with students with disabilities before. But he would sometimes come home crying after working at some of the establishments because they would get frustrated with him or start yelling at him, and he just didn't feel comfortable working there. But one place he did enjoy working at was the YMCA, and he was working with other caregivers, playing games with all the little children, and he enjoyed that immensely. But although he loved the YMCA and enjoyed working with the children, and all the employees loved working with him, he was not allowed to work there every single day. And he had to continue this same cycle for 2 years working at the different establishments, and some that he didn't even enjoy. And he had little freedom of choice in where he could and could not work. Another constraint I saw personally go through, and others like my brother, was the process after the program was complete. So after the program was finished when he turned 21, there was no plan set up for him to have a job after the program was over. Most disabled students living in this program were not employed after the program was complete, and even if they were given a form of employment, there was no form of transportation for those students, given that their parents work and they themselves cannot drive because of their disability. So it kind of defeats the purpose of the program in itself. Although the students did gain work experience and communication skills, there was never an official job for them after the program. My overall point is that I feel as if students with disabilities should not have constraints on where they can and cannot work, and they should have the ability to work where they enjoy and where they feel loved and wanted and feel happy, just like everyone else who gets to choose their profession in their life. I feel as if more programs should be available to students with disabilities that actually help them achieve success and fulfillment in their life, rather than just placing them wherever it seems convenient. More programs need to be made available to the students and to the parents that help students with disabilities enjoy their life after school and continuing their education or entering a workforce where they feel happy and they enjoy going to work every day. I personally know from watching my older brother what it's like for him to go through life not knowing what you're supposed to be doing and living a life filled with constraints and restrictions, and I saw how sad that makes him. I want all students, regardless of their disability, to be given the same chances at achieving successful and fulfilling lives, and I want them to be allowed to be given resources to achieve those goals and do what they like to